let's look at AI maturity stages for supply chain, because AI is a key enabler across the board. We all know that. But like I said before, if we're not looking at AI potentially by use case and in terms of what it brings to us as a holistic ecosystem, then we're looking at it right. But if we look at the stages, the foundational stages, which is where you find basic digitalization is occurring. We have a lot of manual process and limited data is siloed. Operational key here is it's a little bit more integrated. You have, key dashboards and all of that to provide you the information and insights you need, and data is a little bit more integrated. What we want to get at is the strategic, where you could get at predictive analytics and machine learning models, AI type enabling, based on you posturing the data and having the right technology that's going to help you to shape it at the strategic, so that this could be applied all the way down based on you having the right people, the right governance perspective, policy standards, so that operational and tactical levels can mirror that perspective and mirror that procedure as you move forward. What you ultimately want to get to is autonomy, where you have a system in place where, based on the efficiencies of people, governance, data, and technology, you have, much like your car has a dashboard that provides you with the information and insight that key leaders can make decisions at the strategic, operational, or tactical level. Key here is most organizations currently in Africa, when I did the research and I dug deep into it, are at the stage 1 or stage 2, which means there's work that's needed to get to strategic and the transformational stages. As we all, as we shape it out and as we have talked about, is critical. People understanding with the right knowledge, skills, and ability, and having the right governance structure in place is critical to the foundation that we need to have to build out to this enterprise and this institutional ecosystem. Remember, that is the focal point here. Enterprise and institutional ecosystems need those approaches to be intact in order for you to see effectiveness. We look here at regulatory framework from the strategic, or let's look at it from the enterprise companies, individual countries. Then we look at it from the institutional. We look at it from the regional to global type regulatory frameworks. Those have to be looked at. Multi-stakeholder governance. This is key and paramount that we must understand this, because when you look at enterprise, there are multi-tiered stakeholders at that level, much less when you bring in the institutional, and then when you combine them, because the total supply chain ecosystem for Africa, as we reach out to meet the global setting, have multi-tiered stakeholders that we need to make sure that we are addressing governance in that perspective. There must be transparency and accountability throughout the process, and so in other words, there must be some compliance mechanism put in place to make sure there are checks and balances. This will allow for capacity building and total monitoring, giving you that dashboard effect. Just like your car, I sit in my car, I don't have to go around and check the 4 tires, because I have that dashboard based on the data and the technology allowing me and enabling that dashboard so that I could look at capacity building and monitoring.